Greetings everyone, Zannrath here, welcome back to more Hearthstone, another week, another Tavern Brawl, and this week, the Duelist Burndown. It's the Burndown Fillfire style. Get a deck, hero power, and treasure. Keep them if you win. Jump on in. So I think the way it works is you get a random hero. So there's like a bunch of pre-made decks. You get a random one, a random deck, and I don't know if the hero powers are random. They're probably like assigned to like whatever hero you have. So it looks like we have Spells Unleashed, and this is Aggression 61. So I'm gonna guess we have a bunch of spells, and it looks like it's like Aggro Hunter or something. So this is weird that it's Spells Unleashed and we have like Murloc package. I guess that's fine. I think I'm gonna... Do we go 2, 3, 4... You know what? Whatever, I'm just gonna keep this hand. And I don't know if the hero powers are based on the hero you have. Okay, so we have Altogether an Orb of Revelation. Altogether now. And, okay, oh, wait, so Battle Cries cost 1 less, but not less than 1. Orb of Relevant, oh my gosh, why can't I not speak today? Revelation. After your first discover in a turn, reduce the cost of spells in your hand by, okay, so we go with this. That's a turn 1. And we get a Rune Dagger, sure. So basically, let's see, Stargazing. Passive, you can use your hero power twice each turn and cost 1 less, and their hero power is give minions 1/1 wherever they are. Well, what? Give your minions 1/1 wherever they are. Holy crap. That is a little OP, I think. Holy crap. That is super OP, because I'm guessing aggression means they have a lot of cheap minions to try to flood the board, and you get +2/2 every turn for free. That is bonkers. I think we just have to try to push for damage as fast as we can, because that's bananas. So here we get a random hero with a deck. I don't know if this is random. We can't get overloaded, sure. And then the treasures. I don't know why they got 1 and I got 2, but I am not complaining because holy crap. Why are they not playing any minions? I feel like this should suggest that it's like Aggro Hunter and they should just play a bunch of minions. Their minions are already buff 4/4, like all of them, right? It doesn't say like, because they can actually play minions and like it still gets buffed because it's minions wherever they are. Why are they not playing any minions at all, and why did they not kill this one? Because you get more damage, right? You're overkilling 3 here, you're overkilling 1 here, you get your -1 in damage by doing that way. That was kind of a weird shot, so and there's potential for more action here later, right? Choose a minion, fill your board with 1/1 copies of it. Holy balls. Okay. Is that lethal? I don't know what happened there. So I think now that we won, we get to keep this deck. So my deck victories 2. What does this mean? I can't remember. So this deck has gotten 2 victories total, and then my opponent's deck has gotten 34 victories. That's interesting because there's like a bunch of like decks and stuff. Let's do another one and see what's up. Actually, no, because we don't want to play 3 games. Because we like to try to re-roll these for 1,000 whatever. So maybe not, but that deck that my opponent had seemed a little bananas. I have no idea why they played the way they did. I don't know if they just had no minions. But we can just jump on in and see, like, so now that I've played and I've won one, I keep the same deck. Actually, let's just test it, because I don't know if all the little treasures and stuff are random. Oh, crap. I played on the 3rd game. That's whatever. I'm just gonna... We'll just take the rewards. It's fine. It's whatever. Beasts and buffs plus big friends 742. Alright. So, do we play as if we have the same things? I don't know. So, let's go ahead and toss these back. 1, 2 is fine. Don't remember for 2, sure. Okay. So, it looks like we have the same hero power. So this was kind of crazy with the Murlocs. That was really funny. I don't think it's gonna happen again. Oh, so my opponent has the hero power 1 again. Deal 3 to an enemy, or holy crap. Is that OP? free hero power. So 6 damage a turn. Holy crap, that is... I think Gwyneth Stefani said that it's bananas, like Bananas, right? Has 1 attack when overload. Okay. So this is a 4 o'clock timer. Holy crap. Some of these things are a little busted. So I got the same... Did I get the same thing? I did. I got the exact same hero powers. I don't think that was the right play. Although it probably doesn't matter, because I think my opponent's going to win regardless. Spell damage, dormant. I think I just lose, right? I can't get overloaded, which is interesting, because that other card was like, if you get overloaded. 2 damage from a minion in a random one. I don't know. Like, I think this is a guaranteed loss. Like, there's no way that I can come back from this. Like, this is literally just turn 4 you win, guaranteed, unless your opponent somehow can heal. So let's just go ahead and call this one, and let's see what's up. So now we get this deck. Let's see how many wins this deck has. 62. Do I think this one is better than the other one? Probably. I think this one is probably better than... So I think now that I've lost to that deck, I get to play that deck. Or maybe not. I don't know. That one seems a little OP. Because now we've seen that it looks like each deck is like set. So like you get a certain treasure or treasures, I guess. Maybe the one that I played is just so bad that it needs 2 treasures. So this one looks like whoever goes first will win. Plus minus, you know, whatever, however well we draw this, we could potentially accelerate this. So it looks like when you get a particular class, so there's Swarm 7, I'm Beast and Buff. So this one probably might be better because it sounds like it's going to be faster than this in terms of mana curve. But Stargazing, I'm surprised this doesn't limit it to it can't be less than 1, right? Because you go like boom, play that out, you wait for it to come back, and now it's like they're dead in 2 turns. That's bananas, right? Well, I guess they can hero power here and they have 1 more turn, but still, actually, they might kill me faster than I can kill them if they're really swarm. So it looks like they're gonna kill me faster than I kill them. That seemed like the wrong play, I think. I think it's right for me to kill their thing. So they commit to 2 1/1s. They're not getting damage this turn. I can just outpace them, even if they kill this. So this, I don't know. Some of these decks seem obnoxiously broken. Like I'm thinking this one is going to do pretty well. Okay, coining out a 1. They're going to kill my thing, but it doesn't really matter, I think, because my opponent is going to have 3 next turn. They're not going to be able to kill me. They just... Oh, they heal themselves. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, balls. I did not realize that. Interesting. So now this makes it interesting because my opponent... Like, if I played someone else that didn't have this hero power, it wouldn't be a question, right? But now it's like... You get to, let's see, so I'm going to go with, like, I guess I'll go with the 2 Raptors, right? And it forces my opponent to go clear with the hero power twice. Actually, no, because they have to heal or else they die. They have to trade. They don't have to trade because they have to taunt. So they're actually fine, I think. They can clear both and heal. And then, so yeah, this is actually kind of interesting. I think I mean, like I said in the beginning, I think their deck is better. Ooh. Is that lethal? That is lethal. So now that we have, I think this deck is much better, right? This is the deck that my opponent had. 62 to 63. Okay, interesting. So I think my opponent's deck is much better than mine, because theirs is faster. I didn't realize the heal thing. If I wasn't going against that deck, that would have been like no contest, I think. I think their version of this hero power set, or the set of like treasures and hero powers, is much better than the one I had. This one, I mean, you know, small sample size. We're going against Aggression 61. Was this the one I faced earlier where I was like, anyways, can't remember. Yeah, this was the one I faced earlier where I was like, there's no way this guy's gonna lose, and somehow he lost, right? That was the first one we played. Kind of wish I got something. Do I just play this out? I might just play this out, just to get extra pressure on board, right? Because, like, yep, Stargazing. I think they got Stargazing too. They go first, which is unfortunate. So this one is going to be tricky. They're going to... Okay. So that was a mistake because the order, right? The order was wrong. So I have to commit 1 to do this. And then I go here. Oof. I think I'm going to hold to coin something. Because if my opponent played the thing first and then hero power, that would have been buffed. Because it's wherever your minions are. So it would have affected on the board. I still would have been able to kill it, so that's not an issue. Now I have to commit. I think I now have to commit to. I think I'm going to coin this out. I fortunately can deal with this. Interesting. Does this counter this deck? I don't know. We've only seen a handful of decks, right? Because we've seen this one, we've seen this one. And we've seen this one twice now. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know how many iterations of decks there are, but there is another rush. That is unfortunate. This is kind of getting a little bananas. Let's go ahead and just play this chum out. And hit. And hit. How many more Rush Boys do they have? I think that's it, unless they have multiple copies of it. So now I'm kind of getting into territory where I'm not sure how things are going to go, because this is really like this deck, and I think this deck are like, they just seem so OP. That's just crazy, right? I think I have to do. How do I commit more stuff onto the field? Do I just do this and try to get things on board to go wide enough that my opponent just can't play enough to kill me? Because my opponents have rush. They're going to clear this. They could play... If they don't kill this, I don't know. Things are kind of seeming a little bananas. Yep. Uh-huh. This kind of seems crazy, though. Oof. Wow. Okay. Alright. I think so. My opponent drawing this was the only out, right? Because otherwise I think I would have won. 73. Okay. So we've lost 3 in a row now, right? Unfortunately. Well, we get the Hunter decks. We can finish that quest at least. So we'll see. Let's try to end one on a W, right? That's what we always try to do. I think the deck my opponent played only wins by drawing that Shaw. Okay, so we get to not the best version. Let's see if I can pilot this better. Lifesteal is going to be crazy with the buffs. So we keep that because we know what this deck is trying to do. And this is the slower version. And wow, look at this. Look at this hand. Kind of not great. So my opponent actually was playing... So I think when I commented like, oh, why is this person not playing a bunch of minions when they're on an aggression deck? Look at my hand right now, right? So it actually looks not great. So go with the Firefly. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So I think we... So this is the tricky bit now, right? We do this. Go here and here. So now they have to commit one. They don't have to, but they can. If we go this twice into that, it does survive 2 hits, so that's kind of unfortunate. We want it to be able to survive more. Alright. So the question here is, I think we coin out the Shade of Nax. We're going to take 8 next turn, so they need 2. I think we coin this out to get something on board. And hopefully this can survive enough to get me out of range. Do we have lethal here? Okay. So, interesting. So, it's very interesting the way this played out because, like, this deck is not meant to be fast, and yet my opponent... So, wow, this is so volatile. This is really, really crazy. Yeah, no, it's very crazy. Like, I still think the Swarm deck is probably better overall, more consistent version of this one that we have. We still have to end on a W, right? So, but each time I got the counter deck to whatever my opponent's deck was, they just have the perfect draw, unfortunately. So, well, of course, it makes sense, right? Because, like, you know, Hearthstone is a game of skill, and so when you know that your opponent is going to counter you, you need to draw the right cards, and so, I guess I just played it against really good players. They knew what to draw. So, can't fault that, right? The better player wins, right? In situations like that, where, like, you know, I have one strategy, but I'm not really good at my strategy, so I, like, don't get the right cards to play into what I want to do, and my opponent does. And so, that's usually the way you win in those games. And so, like I said, my opponent's usually better than me, and they get the appropriate cards for their strategy. Because I do feel like each time I had the right counter play, or the counter deck, it's just that my opponents are, you know, better at, you know, getting the right cards to counter the strategy that I had laid out for them. So, because I feel like each time I had the more appropriate deck, like this time around, right? Like, my opponent should have played more stuff out and, like, not taken as much damage. That's the strategy, but I was the better player this time, and I drew the aggressive cards. It's... I don't know what to say. This format just seems super bananas. Like, I don't know if that's what they're going for. It's just, like, super volatile, like, you know, the game is determined in the first 3 draws, or whatever. Like, I don't know if that's the strategy that Blizzard was going, but, like, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this meta. It's not even this meta, this Tavern Brawl. It's just so volatile, it's crazy. But, as you have seen, the better player always wins. Maybe not this last one, because, you know, but, you know, even with... I really felt like most of those losses, I had the deck that was probably better on paper. But the way the cards played out in the first, like, 3 turns, it didn't work out that way. I think, like I said, I think, like, the deck that like, when I was the Druid against the Hunter, I think if you played that matchup 100 times, I think the deck that I had probably would have been more consistent in winning given the strategy. But of course, my opponent was just aggressive enough that it didn't matter. And then when I was the hunter against the druid, I think their deck was a lot more aggressive than it was on paper supposed to be. Like this last match where, it's supposed to be big buff druid, whereas my opponent drew all of the little cards and bursted me down. And I did the same thing in that last match when my deck was not supposed to be like that, or at least it seems like it shouldn't be like that. But then again, we also have that hunter deck that's called aggression with like a bunch of 7 and 8 drops, at least of the few cards that I've seen. So I don't know where these names come from. I don't know who built these decks and how that worked. But man, these matches have been really, really volatile and crazy. And we went like 2-5, which is Anyways, that's it for this week's Tavern Brawl. So until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.